I think I am making a video. I hope so. I'm not absolutely sure, but I hope so. Today is December the 10th, 2015. It's 6:59 at night. Let me see if I'm recording. See, yeah. So yeah, it's night, and I thought I'd make a video because I got all these books that I got to put down in my library, and they're stacking up on my study desk in my study. These are the books that I got today. I have more books I've got at thrift stores downstairs, but I didn't want to bring them up because it's about 40 books altogether here, and I don't want to go through everything. So I thought I'd just share the books I got today and the books I am reading. I'm still reading The City on Fire by Garth Risk Hallberg. I'm about halfway through it. It's about 840 pages. I'm halfway through it. Still reading that. And I started reading the other day. I finished this book, Amy and Isabel by Elizabeth Strout. I finished that. Really a great book. I thought of doing a review of it, but I'm not good at reviews, but I was really impressed by the writing, the characters, the story, the way it was structured. It was a good novel. Amy and Isabel by Elizabeth Strout. I really enjoyed reading it. Before I started reading Amy and Isabel by Strout, I started reading The Good Apprentice by Iris Murdoch. And last couple of days I've been reading this. And I got this book in the mail the other day, Monkey's Uncle by Jenny Diskey. And I've been reading this too. It's kind of crazy, offbeat kind of writing. She's a British writer. And as far as in the morning, I'm reading Reformation Readings of Paul, Explorations in History and Exegesis edited by Michael Allen and Jonathan A. Lemberg. So I'm reading that. And I'm still reading the Reformation, I've been reading this today. I was reading this a couple months ago and I got it out. I won't go into why, but this is the Reformation Commentary on Scripture on the New Testament epistle to Galatians, the New Testament epistle to the Ephesians, written by the Apostle Paul. So I got this out looking at it. As far as the books I got today at thrift stores, I got this book, a William Maxwell Portrait, Memories and Appreciation, introduced by Charles Baxter, Michael Collier, and Edward Hirsch. William Maxwell, for many years, like from 1939 to, 2000, I think 1996, he was editor at the New Yorker magazine. He also wrote novels and two children's books, and I collect his writings, which I have right here. I have this by William Maxwell. He's very famous for this book, So Long, See You Tomorrow. He won the National Book Award for this. William Maxwell wrote this novel, Time Will Darken It, by William Maxwell. He also wrote, I have in my library, The Chateau by William Maxwell. And I also have All the Days and Nights, the collected stories of William Maxwell. So I have those in my library, and I have not read William Maxwell. I have been reading this today, a William Maxwell Portrait. I collect books on the New Yorker, people who wrote for the New Yorker, writers who wrote for the New Yorker. So as far as the books I got this book today by Meg Wolitzer, The 10-Year Nap. I have these books by her. The Wife by Meg Wolitzer. I have her book, The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer. And I have her book, The Position, by Meg Wolitzer. So I collect her writings. I have not read her. I got this today, The Empire of the Air, stories by Ethan Cahan. I collect him. I found this really a great edition of Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. It's a hardback. It's put by Oxford University Press. Nice slipcover. I have an old paperback. I also found this today by Shang-Rai Lee, Aloft. I read this novel several years ago, but I have an old paperback, and I found this hardback for 50 cents today. I found short stories by Joyce Carol Oates, Heat, and Other Stories. I have an old paperback edition of this. This is really nice condition paperback. I found this by Markin Helprin, Freddie and Farikaka. I have this novel, but if I see any novels by him, I just buy them, and someday I'll sell them. I found this journalistic study by John Hershey, The Algiers Motel Incident. I found this novel by Washington Irving, The Sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon Gent. I found this novel by Tony Earley, Jim the Boy. I found Barry Lopez. He writes about nature and writes essays. I collect his writings. Arctic Dreams is one of my favorite Barry Lopez books I have. But I found this today, Crossing the Open Ground by Lord. I found this book, Promised Land, 13 Books That Changed America by Jay Portland. I noticed that in this he has a chapter on Jack Kerouac, On the Road. Let me see, he has a chapter on the Road by Jack Kerouac. I found this novel by Joseph O'Neill, The Netherland. I found this interesting book, The Archaeological Indian Myth and History by Shepherd Critch III. I collect books on Native Americans, Native American culture, history, mythology, anything on the American West, Indians. I found this biography on Maria Carey, The Inner World of Mary Carey, Obsessive Genius, The Inner World of Mary Carey by Barbara Goldsmith. I have her biography. It's The Age of Suffrage, Spiritualism, and the Scandalous Victoria Wool Hall. I have that by her in our library. I found the short collected stories of Jean Stafford. I found the book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Chronicle of a Death Foretold. I found that today. I found another Dave Eggers, What is What? I found this book, What If? The World's Foremost Military Historians Imagine What Might Have Been, edited by Robert Coley. I found Marcel Proust, Swan's Way. I have his works. I have many editions of his works, paperbacks, but I like this. This is a Penguin Deluxe Edition. I found this novel by Louis de Berniers, The Partition's Daughter. And I found this book, Swallowdale, author Ransom. So those are the books I found today, and these are the books I'll take down into the basement and put them in their category and where they're at. Not much else going on. I have been enjoying reading that book by Iris Murdoch. This book, I really enjoy reading her. I really like her writings. I've read several of her novels and I collect all her writings. She's really worth reading. I still have not been impressed by City on Fire. This book, I don't know, it doesn't really grab me, but I'll probably finish it. And I really have been blessed by reading the Reformation's readings of Paul. I really like that. And so, and tonight, I will probably continue to read that book on William Maxwell. I noticed that when I was reading this today, William Maxwell liked this writer. His name is Lafcadio Yearn. The Chito, the Memory of a Lost Island. Can't pronounce that. But I was reading this and he mentions this as one of his favorite writers. And it's hard to find his writings. So that's about it here. Today is a Thursday. Probably won't go any more thrift stores. I went to all of them today. I went to Goodwill, Salvation Army, Bibles to Mexico. I don't got any books coming in the mail. Oh, I did have books come in the mail, but I don't have them here with me. I'm always forgetting when I come here to make a video that there's some book that I have not brought with me. Like downstairs, I have at least 10 other books, that maybe 12, that I bought this week at thrift stores that I don't have with me. But I wanted to share these because I want to get them off my desk and put them away. So until next time, may the Lord bless.